Greetings. Welcome to week 3, Justice 125, Intro to Addictions. I'm caught up, luckily, finally. The quizzes for chapter 4 and 5 are ready to be taken. I've caught up. All of your discussion boards have been graded. All of your submissions so far have been graded. It's nice. Everybody that, or some of you that had some apprehension going into this, gee whiz, I've never taken an online class before. And it looks like we're finding our groove pretty quickly. Good job on the quizzes, which of course are open book. So I would expect you to do quite well on them. The quizzes are mostly for, you've got the text to read, you've got the PowerPoint reviews. When I write the quizzes are pretty much the questions and the answers that I want you to know after reading the chapter. What do I want you to learn that chapter? So it's just a reinforcement that, yes, I have picked up on these things from reading the chapter text. So no real baffling parts of the quizzes. The midterm and the final will be similar, but they'll be essay questions. You'll actually have to sit down and write me answers to those questions instead of just the true, false, multiple choice. But you should be well prepared by then. Excellent work on the paper so far. Good work on the discussion board. As we've talked, the secret, the clue behind the answer board, the discussion board, is to participate a lot. Start early in the week. Don't join us on Friday or Saturday or Sunday if you can help it. Excuse me. These YouTube videos, you can't stop them and start them. Well, you can, but it takes more editing and on a busy cruise ship day like we had today, there's only so much bandwidth to go around, so you try to get these things down while you can. Let's see. Again, discussion board, post early, post often, talk back and forth. Say, gee whiz, Joe Bob, I think, blah, blah. Talk to each other, discuss to each other. And a lot of you are really good at doing that. And some really in-depth, good discussions. Those of you that are really bringing something to the plate, to the table, to that's new outside stuff. Look what I found. This kind of talks about what you were talking about, or maybe it doesn't talk about what you were talking about. Maybe this guy's got a different opinion. Good job, really bringing some in-depth discussion in. Thank you. Your papers have been excellent too. You're writing every week on the fix, and I don't want you to get totally focused on it, which is easy to do when you write on it every week. I'm trying to build the discussion board more around the text if I can, and then you're writing around the fix. The two books disagree with each other on a lot of things. And so I want to expose you to a lot of different ideas and views, but I don't want you to dismiss one over the other, which is why this week's important in the text, why I put chapters 4 and 5 together, because he's really talking about the biological, physical, chemical, your body responses to different drugs in the text. I don't want to get hung up on the fix that, addiction's not a disease, addiction's just a bunch of weak people that can't give up their beer or give up their iPhones, a bunch of welfare people just eating at the public trough. I don't want to focus on that. Clearly, whether or not by the time we're done here, we're going to agree with the full medical model. We're going to agree that addiction is a disease, and we might. It's not up to disagreement that there's some very biological, chemical properties that drugs have on our bodies. There's absolutely a thing of physical addiction, physical tolerance buildup. That while addiction might not be a disease, it's a very real physical condition that your body adapts to. And so I want to make sure that you're exposed and understand that process. So that's really what the text is doing this week. Once we're over this week, we'll start getting into different issues and problems, especially here in Alaska. Alaska's number one in a lot of things, and Alaska's number one in a lot of very, very, very good things. That's why we live here. Alaska's number one in a lot of very bad things. A lot of them are drug issues, drug dependencies, drug misuse. So we're going to start getting into some of those. Next week, we're going to get into inhalants and huffing, which is a huge, enormous, especially in the rural areas, in the villages, problem. But that's next week. This week, again, we're studying the central nervous system. We're studying the effects of the chemicals on our brain. We're talking a lot about absorption. Again, the discussion board, great. We're discussing how we get these drugs into our body. Lots of different ways. Some quicker, some slower, some more dependable, some not so dependable, some possibly more ritualistic or ceremonial than efficient or effective. Some just downright efficient and effective. Too much sometimes. So, good job so far. Any issues, be sure to give me a shout. Everybody's, like I said, everybody's graded up right now, and everybody's really close to right on target. So good job so far, and I really appreciate your effort that you're putting into your writings and the discussions. So, see you inside.